Alright guys, so here reviewing the iCAR V23. Very nice car from the Cherry brand. So I'm looking at the front right now, and it's a Jeep style, kind of like Suzuki Jimny, but it's bigger than that. So on the windscreen we can see two cameras up there and some sensors. We can see a camera up there and some sensors. Now we come down to the wipers line on the screen right there on the windshield. And as we come here, we have this very muscular looking bonnet in this very lovely military green color. And we come to the front bumper and we have some headlamps here, sort of rounded design, but the lights themselves are in there. Got lots going on there. The two bits here, one up there, one down here, serving as the daytime running lights, and another one on the left as well. And the beam LED itself is in there. And if I step back, you can see MMW radar. So these are the radar sensors. There's one on the left and one on the right, and then you have your number placement area here, all sitting on some solid plastic. Let's go on to the left hand side. So as you can see, it's kind of like the Jeep style mud guard, where the front is open, so it's going to allow a lot of air in there, and it just fits the design of the car really well. And if I take a look at the wheels here, so it comes in 19 and 21 inch rims. This one is in the 19, so 255 55 rim. 19 is the size, and I love the design of these wheels. It's kind of retro, very simple, straight to the point, but feels really solid. Going to be very easy to clean and nicely done. And as you can see, your suspension protruding in there with some nice carpet material in there to help with noise. And if I look on the left, let me just turn on the turn signals so we can see how it looks. So when you turn on the turn signals, you have one on the left side of the car, you have one in front of the car, and it flashes really neatly, and it looks really nice. And when you look up here, you have some other sensors going on here. I'm not sure if it's really a sensor, but it's this plastic covering here. And if I move back a little bit, so you can see the full profile of the car, and it's got a camera right here below the rear view mirror, and it's got some steps here that you can step on to get in the car because the car is quite high. And I like how these door handles have been done, so when you want to open it, you just push it in there and then you pull it, and the door shuts really solid. And you have Jeep style driving mirrors there, and your blind spot monitor indicator hiding right there. The lighting might not be perfect, pardon me. So if I step back, this is what we're seeing for the left side of the vehicle. As you can see, V23 right here on the body, and the rear tire is going to be basically the same. Let me just go to the back. Starting from down here, you see another radar sensor here and another radar sensor on that side. And if I just step back, we can see the rear view of this car. I'll just go around before I get into the interior. So if we look here, we have the number plate placement area, and then we also have a reverse camera here, LED lighting here for reverse, and the fog lights for when the weather is bad. And then you have these cutouts here, I'm told, for when a customer wants to retrofit sort of rear lights, extra lights on the rear, and that is the purpose of that. And you got your charging department here, so you press that to open. So this is your charging for both. And then the right side of the car is going to be basically the same as the left. So I'll just go and take a look at the interior. So to open it, you just pull that, and then it opens. It doesn't go up, it opens to the side like many other Jeeps. And then you have the boot lid, which is have a storage area here with some netting, and you also have extra space here where you can put some safety stuff. So you can see you have your triangle and your reflector in there, also guarded and protected by this net so things don't fall over. And you can just push it to lock it, And then the boot space itself is not too big, but it sits very high, so you can load a lot of stuff in here. And there is extra space under the false floor, as you can see. Very deep space in here, and I'm sure it's going to be enough for a regular family commute. So all looking very nice. Shuts really nicely. Let's go into the rear seat. So if I open the door, this is what we're seeing. So the configuration of the door is it's quite high, and then on top here you have your button for shutting and lowering your window, and it goes up and down relatively fast, so that's nice. And then you have your grab handle to close the door, a real lever here to open the door, and then you have door pockets. They're not big at all. I don't think a bottle will even fit in here, but yeah, it's available if you need it. And then we see the space in here. The door doesn't open that wide, but I would say there's enough space here because of this step here. You just 1 foot here, and then you can get into the car easily. And if we look at the rear seats, you got ISOFIX anchor points on the two seats. It's mainly a 2-seat configuration. A third person can sit on the middle seats for a while, but I would say in total it's mostly a 2-seat sort of configuration here. And because it's 2-seat, they're very wide, so it's going to be comfortable for every passenger. And if we look down here, it has a completely flat floor, so everyone is going to be comfortable moving your feet around. And if we look here, it's got netting here just to place some things in there. And you also have a nice storage area here in the middle, and that's about it. Although there is no air vents in the back, it feels really cool in the back here with the AC on, because the front has got many air vents. So looking nice in my opinion. And if I just step in for a moment, if we look up here, you've got a grab handle here, you've got your interior lighting, and it's a real button to press, nothing touch sensitive. So that's all looking really nice. So when you're sitting in the back as a passenger, this is what you see. There's no panoramic roof or anything like that, and there's no lighting in the middle as well. It's just a very nice fabric material in the roof. So that's very simple car, and it reflects in the price as well. But simple and cheap doesn't mean it's bad. I think it's got all the things that make sense for this kind of car. So let's go to the front and see what the front has to offer. So opening the front door, basically the same style handle, and the door configuration looks the same to me. You got a nice speaker grill here, I believe it's a tweeter, and then obviously the driver will have extra buttons for locking and unlocking and controlling the windows in the car. But interestingly, you can see the driver's opening is really wide. I would say this door opens to about 70 degrees. And if you look here, the driver's seat has buttons to control the recline and the push forward and back, conventional buttons here. And the seat configuration similar to the back, very wide and perforated for cooled and heated. And then we have two double split air vents here. And if you look here, you will see a roller here to adjust the height of the headlamp right there. So that's a neat touch. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3. You can just push it up or down, and it's very tactile and sounds really good. Now let's just step in the driver's seat. So in the driver's seat, you have a grab handle here to help when you are off-roading or when you are getting in the car, because the car is quite high. Let's start from the top. So as you can see from the top, you have a nice mirror for the driver, and I always say that I like these flip style ones, very easy to do than those Alcantara folded ones. But although there's no lighting here, there's a huge interior lighting for the driver and passenger. So I believe that's the reason they don't have it here, because once this is on, you can definitely see your face. And we look up here, you have your, see if I can turn it off. So Let's take a look at it first before I turn it on. So you have a very nice light bar here, and then you have your button for turning it on. So you just push it, very tactile, and it turns on relatively fast, on and off fast. You also have auxiliary buttons for when you install extra lighting. The provision has been made. And then you have an SOS button, clearly illuminated here. But if I press it, it turns on really fast. So that's nice. And then you have a conventional style rearview mirror, interior mirror, for seeing what's at the back. And then we go to the passenger seat area. You got airbag indicator here, and you've got a hook here for holding stuff when you are driving. And the floor, there's no gap between the passenger's footwell and the driver's footwell. Is a continuous thing with this very low plastic separating you, but obviously everyone is free to move their feet around. And let's look at the controls here. So with the controls, we have a heated window, front window button, and we have another dedicated heated rear window button. And then we have your hazard light button here, and then we have air circulation, and we have a favorites button here. And up here you have your drive mode selector, which you just swivel like that, and it makes these cool sounds when you change, and animation on the screen. Just to let you know what mode you are in. And then you have a button here for controlling your sound. So if I press that, you can see it's muted, and if I press it again, it's engaged now. And you can see what's happening on the screen as well. And here you have your climate control stuff. As you can see, it's on auto, so the AC is blasting, the fan is blasting fast. If I press it again, and I can regulate the temperature. And this one is for your fan speed, so just put it on 2. That's comfortably enough. So as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3 air vents, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's why I believe the rear doesn't need, because when I was in the rear it was cool as well, even at 20 degrees with a fan on speed 2. So I like it. And they're very comfortable and easy to control as well. Feels very tactile and very satisfying. And they're big enough for when you're driving to just swivel them around. So I believe that's a better way to do it than all those ones that are 100% on the screen. And then up here we come to the screen itself. So you got a home button here. Right here you got your music controls, you have your temperature control, you have your car settings. So with all the settings you want to make, that's where you find it. And then here you can populate all the apps that you need. And right here you have information about the car, your direction, where you're facing, the car's degree as it stands, your pitch and your roll. So the degrees, is it flat, is it tilted to a certain degree? You can see all that here. And then you also have your tire pressure right here. So tire pressure is telling you the tire pressure and the temperature of the tires at the moment. That's nice. And then you have master control for all your sound that's going on in the car. And I'll say it, and up here you have your drive selector right here, drive select indicator. So you have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. At the moment it's in park, and you can see parking brake, lighting, door open, seat belt indicator, degree of charge. And on the right hand side you have your mapping information. And then on the other side you have your 5G or internet connectivity profile and all the other stuff. So, and up here you have this very nice design, which is not sure what kind of material it is, but it's nice that you have this born to play iCar design right there. And we come to the steering wheel itself. The steering wheel, you can't see a screen here. It would have been nice if we put a screen here. So there's no screen here. It's just that same material on the other side that has been carried here. And the only functionality you have is the one I showed you earlier to control the height of the steering. And there's no HUD as well, but they've got some really nice touches around on the windows, one here and one on the rear. It shows you an illustration of the car to tell you that you're driving some sort of an off-roader. And then over here you have your wiper, very nice. and your wiper stuff going on here, and your turn signal, as you can hear, it takes really nicely. And then on the right hand side you have your stock for changing gears, and as you can hear from the tires, very soft steering. And if you come to the middle, it's a very simple steering wheel. It kind of looks like that one on the Toyota BZ3X that I reviewed a while back. I'll put a link up there if you haven't seen that video. And then you have obviously buttons here that you can twist around to change your functions on the screen. And then in here you have some cup holders, which are done in a very interesting way. So you can actually adjust the space where you put them in. At the moment is here, so they're adjustable depending on how you want to use it. And up here you have an NFC pad here, and then you have your small storage box here, which is not big enough, but you can remove this false floor, and then you have a deeper storage area. That is all plastic, there's no felt, so things will rattle about, is something to note. But you can just get some aftermarket soft material to put in there. And then here you have two Type-C wireless charging pads, and then Type-A that also doubles as a video connection input port. So yeah, that's about it for the iCAR V23. So the front passenger also has some seat controls, and if we look here, it's got a very nice pocket here for storage, which is quite wide with this plastic in there. But when you open it like fully, this is the amount of space you have. So that's really cool that you have. Like I said, it's not, a lot of things are not top notch, but they're just very functional and they make so much sense with this kind of car. So guys, I'm really impressed about this car. What do you think? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this car. I think this is, I would say, I dare say, better than the Suzuki Jimny. Obviously, this car is a new brand and only time will tell what the quality is like. But in terms of the space you're getting, it's obviously bigger than the Suzuki Jimny. And I believe the functionality, although it's not up there and it's still missing bits and pieces, but I think the designers were thinking that the people who are going to get this kind of car are not going to want so many things, so many of the functionality that we're getting used to with many modern electric cars. So yeah, I'm really impressed. What do you think? Leave your comment in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can grow together. So guys, once again, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.